Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. This is my rose from my birthday. I have wonderful friends who just spoil me. Are you giving to a fault? By the way, I'm not referring to who gave me those. Are you a giver to a fault? Let's talk about your giving. I've done this before. Ask yourself if your giving is depleting your energy. Now, there are a lot of you out there. I know it's like usually I don't have to talk about the giving. I have to talk about the ego and trying to get, manifest. That's, by the way, that is the reverse of giving. This constant trying to manifest is the focus on me, my ego, I want, I need. That'll make me happy. Oh, why am I not happy? I need to manifest. I need to law of attraction. You know, this is crazy stuff that we do, right? I'm not talking about that. Most people are focused on that. That's the ego. It's the opposite of giving. There are people that give to the point where they don't even know how to receive. My dad was one of them. He was such a giver that he couldn't even accept gifts. And if you gave him a gift, it really felt bad because he almost got angry because he didn't want anything. He didn't understand that the people that were giving to him wanted to feel good about giving back because it feels good to return favors. Well, it's not even a favor, to return giving. You know, there's like a balance there, right? When somebody gives you something, what's the first thing you want to do? Usually give them something too. Oh, wait, I've got something for you, right? And if somebody keeps giving to you and you're not giving back, it feels imbalanced. So I could say that that's just something we create in our head, but the truth is that there is a balance in the universe of giving and receiving. And when it is imbalanced, it can affect our energy fields. So you could say, well, you know, some people are just givers. They are, but those people sometimes are giving from a place of, and I don't want this to sound negative, but sometimes people give out of guilt or because they believe that's what they're supposed to do, or they come from a religious background where they think giving is what they're supposed to do and that receiving isn't good, and you know, that's sort of negative. That's the same mentality that says you can't be wealthy, right? If you're wealthy, that's, you know, that's not a good thing. Wealthy people know how to receive. There are a lot of givers out there. They don't know how to receive, so they don't even know how to receive wealth and prosperity. So that's the kind of giver I'm talking about. Are you giving to the point where it's detrimental to you focusing on staying healthy here? You still have to pay your bills and you still have to eat, and you need your spiritual, I shouldn't use the N-word, need. And spiritual growth and expansion is a requirement to stay connected to all that you are. When you stop practicing that, you will start to go back into more of the density. Why? Because you're in a world here where that's all that we're surrounded by is density, right? That other world, that unseen world, we have to continually connect to it. We have to. This is a challenge here on Earth. Even if you go to awakened state, it's a practice that has to be maintained, or else you can start to slide back into that density, right? Because you're not opening up to all that you are. If you're a giver to the point where it's just not good for you, it's time to make some changes in your life and be okay with taking the time out for you, going and buying something for you, not going to that charity meeting and saying, I need a night off. You can still give and still receive, but most of all, ask yourself if you're giving to the point where it's draining you, why you're doing it. Because whatever it appears to be on the outside may not necessarily be you just wanting to do wonderful things. Ask yourself if you believe that somehow you're being a good person by doing that, and that it's a requirement, or that you have some religious beliefs that were given to you that say that you receiving is not good, giving, you have to give. That will catch up with you at some point. The universe is a balance, and you are here to enjoy this life. You are here to receive and experience wonderful things. And if you receive and you're not enjoying it, ask yourself why. Do you feel you're not deserving, or it's wrong to receive? A lot of people, they want it and they get it and they go, oh, this is wrong. I should be giving this to someone else. Abundance is limitless. I want you to remember that everyone is in a situation that they chose because they're going to learn from it, or because they're helping others to learn. Everything's a choice, all of it. It's all growth. It's all spiritual growth. I know it doesn't seem like it. How would somebody choose this or that? It's an experience that they're choosing. I know it doesn't seem right. Everything comes from the one. Even the most dire of situations are a part of the experience of the one. We get to change that anytime we want. You get to change that. So the question is, what are you going to do to raise your frequency, to balance out the giving and the taking, so that you have the energy, you have the ability to replenish your spiritual growth. You have the ability to let go of guilt if you are receiving, if you're not giving constantly. You can let go of what you've been told that makes you think you need to do that all the time. If you're coming from that place, take a good hard look. That's not good intentions. That's just a self-imposed requirement that may be great for everybody else, but it still is not good for you. And we want you to be healthy. We want you spiritually to grow and be healthy. It's really important. So take the time out for you to meditate. Take the time out for you to go out into nature and do some fun things. Take a night out to go out with your friends or whatever you need to do, or spend a little extra money on you, and not always be giving to the fault. And yes, there's some wonderful people out there doing some things, but make sure it's coming from that place of true mission, and that it feels wonderful, and that is your purpose and you love it. Maybe you are a missionary or whatever, and you get so much from teaching or whatever you're doing. There's that balance that's so important, and if you're not doing it from a place of joy, you're doing it from a place of obligation or guilt or what you've been told, then really get a handle on that and break through it. Just break through it and know that you can give and be a loving, higher being on this planet, raising the frequency of this planet without depleting your own energy for the sake of others, because we're all responsible for our own joy. Having things doesn't mean joy. There could be homeless people much happier than people up in big wealthy, big old mansions. We should never judge that. We don't know where somebody is in here. I told you Eckhart Tolle was homeless for 2 years. Totally enlightened. People might say, oh, poor guy, he's unhappy. No, he was total bliss. What a wonderful place to be. We just don't know, do we? So just come from that good place. Make sure it feels right, it feels balanced, it feels good. Know when to pull back, know when to take that day off. Know when to say, I'm not going to feel guilty about this because I need to take care of me. You're whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.